Time for Midday Live. Good afternoon. My name is Wendy Lai. Top stories for this afternoon. The Lankwantanan Medina Municipal Assembly carries through its intended decongestion of illegal traders from the Zongo Junction and the Medina Main Road. And on the international front, Kenyans are voting in an election coming on the heels of the 2007 post-poll violence which claimed over 1,000 lives. My name is Wendy Lai. Do stay with me for the details of these stories and many others coming up shortly. Now we start with our stories for this afternoon. And firemen fighting inferno are exposed to high risk and at the peril of their lives. Yet, fire officials say their safety and even accommodation has been overlooked for years. Fire boss, Chief Fire Officer Albert Brown Gazy says it is time for the society to appreciate and support the service. Joseph Frimpong has more.
In fighting raising blaze, they are exposed to all forms of risk. Men in uniform struggle through to live up to their promise of saving lives and property. Despite their toils and sweat, successive governments have failed to resolve the accommodation challenges.
A very efficient fireman may not be able to perform efficiently if at the fire ground he continues thinking about where he will lay his head after firefighting. We are always concerned about items that are destroyed. We don't think about items that are saved by the firemen. So let me take this opportunity to appeal to every citizen of this country to assist the fire service.
In the Tema metropolis, after fighting 72 fires in 2012, they still live in rented homes. The bravery shown by firemen during the 3-day inferno, which rocked the BBC Industrial Paint Company, caught the attention of the MP for Tema East, Titus Nikwate Glover.
This endowment fund is for the people and staff of National Fire Service. I have decided to contribute 20,000 new Ghana cedis of my common fund. Everything that we want to make sure this building is completed, we can get it here in Tema. So even if you can't contribute in terms of money, you can buy the materials for us.
Tema might be the first to tackle accommodation challenges for firemen. The MP for the area has provided 20,000 Ghana cedis as a startup capital for a multi-purpose story building to be constructed, having launched an endowment fund covering zone areas including industrial area, metropolis, Dodowa and Ada. New equipment including a modern compressor will be beneficial.
We go to our headline story. And the Lankwantanan Medina Municipal Assembly this morning carried out its intended decongestion of illegal structures and moving away of traders from the Zongo Junction and the Medina Main Road. The Assembly had earlier given traders a 3-week ultimatum to relocate to sites allocated to them, and colleagues Roland Walker and Peter Kwadato have been there since morning. The exercise has been going on since morning, and they have been telling us, or we have been taking them live to give us updates on what is happening there when we had our bulletins in the morning. But we're going over to Medina now to have Roland Walker.
We're currently at the
on what's happening
Medina New Road Market. Now, this is the market where we hope to have the traders who have been evicted from illegally trading at the Zongo Junction area to be relocated. And many of them are hoping that, well, they can't get access to these very shops or these very sections that have been made or allocated for them. So far, many of them have refused to come. Would want to get to talk to some of the traders who have endeavored to be part of the trading activities here, even though few of them there are, how they are coping, how the whole business will be because of their small numbers. And at saying,
Auntie Salome. Zongo Junction. ni jeme road agbekona ni bole dangerous ni wa ka jala kan bi ene so ba for fin wa ba bi ene no ba hon ni ye bi e no na ejole me ko me pata eteka ejwe na me ka suesi na me tala mi ni ka mo ba wo jala mi aka ba agbebu na ga me ko me no pa ye se bon ye bi e no me pi un ba na agbene wa me ka eni se fi me aka ka wo fin wo ba no ba wo jala aba eni awo ni ba bo bi eta mo no chi ni nko beto ma bulo ne kan sibani jeba na awon ba ko lo nyoko mi keke nte si ha no wo fi ka wo ba bi e aba eni awo ka wo ba bi aba eni awo no tani mo fe mo aba bi ene.
Well, basically what she's been saying is that, well, they've been here for some time and she has come to take her section of the stalls here, and they would want a lot more of the traders who initially had been occupying and now illegally trading there and now evicted to be part of the whole trading activities here. So they can in a lot of ways create the condition for the market to be appropriate. I would like to speak to this very woman. Me Patricia Froze.
Ye primary ama Yakubu.
Na eyi wono me no kasa na na wo se wo de udiga wo agbogbloshe ne
me juja wa agbogbloshe ni CMB me ye supplying. But amadina ha ye ji ye first ya tena musa omumba ebi musa aji apatanu 3 4 omumba ye hwi bebre so atro mu numbers wo su omumba enti omusu mumboye mumpo mo no omumba omuba wa ha yansu e benya bebi kakra na obedi mo yame be ma be ya ama o but ma ja ya patanu say obi be wura mu no makasa mu koto eduro obi be shem say na adani asem
na enye duro asem na ye kana
e de bi ani kwari no enti bebre so say mu be kwa apatamu
o dwen say mu nkrofo na na mo Zongo Junction na ye pamo mo so omo ba ha say ya mo dwedie ni betima akwanima
betima akwanima mo ba mo e be ye mae.
And that has been one of the women who would want to speak to officials of the Lankwantanan Municipal Assembly just to get an insight into what they hope to do with this very market and how they hope to progressively ensure that this very place becomes a good occupancy for the traders who initially will be occupying here. I have Ruben Ewusimro. He is the PRO of the Lankwantanan Medina Municipal Assembly. Thanks for speaking to us. Now, what plans do you have as an assembly for this very market?
For the start, assembly wants to make sure that all those selling by the roadside moves in here beginning today. In addition to it, we are going to make provision for security for day and night, and also lightening here, so that everybody that comes here to sell will feel comfortable to sell.
And how many stalls do you have here? Because I know that a lot more of the traders you have evicted would not get access.
It is true. The excesses one will be going to Ogojo as the assembly headed by Honorable Franklin Pornanku is negotiating with those at Adenta, so that the excesses could go to the Samampo market, as it's popularly called. Those who occupy here, in the stores alone, we can have about almost 80 stores. And then with the stores, we have more than 400 of them that people can get to sell. Besides that, we have those who sell these little things like vegetables and other. So this market itself can accommodate about 2,000 people here in the market.
Oh, at least. So those numbers, 2,000 you say, would have to occupy here.
Yeah.
But what should be the incentive for them to come?
The incentive is 4 years ago when we were at the Gais Municipal Assembly, the then Chief Executive, Honorable Kwasaki, negotiated with the market queen leaders so that Wednesday, which is one of the official market days, in addition to Saturday, will be allocated to the new road market. That is where we are currently to be their market day. So we'll still go back to the drawing board, get them, negotiate with them so that Wednesday will be an official market day here. That will be an incentive for them to also sell here.
Initially, when we had a lot more interaction with those you had evicted from the street because of illegal trading, they expressed a concern that the stalls that they had been allocated were that expensive, both here and then the one at Ugbojo in some.
So that was Roland Walker, who was looking at the decongestion exercise carried out by the Lankwantanan Medina Municipal Assembly early on this morning.